Hello, boys and girls. I would like to tell you a little story. If you are in your bed and about to go to sleep, this is the perfect story for you. It is entitled In the Pipeline, When the System Entangles. As I focus on the subtleties of the mundane, I notice myself diving deeper. Suddenly, I am in the chambers. Curiously looking around the dim narrowing walls, I am struck by a feeling of strange familiarity, but the strangeness of it registers the sensations as unknown. I hear a subdued laughter, and as I lift my eyeballs, the forehead of my colleague pops up from behind the monitor. The thoughts explored in my mind suddenly start to fade into the atmosphere of the office, and my attention starts picking up the sticky notes and the pens and the markers and all the various office appliances on the table. You start to second-guess yourself when in deep focus, especially when there are other people around. Maybe it's real, maybe it's all just fantasy, I unknowingly ask myself. I notice my curiosity itching again. The window cleaning guy makes me feel a certain distance between me and him, and the next thing I know, I'm in my head again. Suddenly, I notice a doorway, hidden at the far end of the maintenance room. I don't wander around forbidden territories that often, so a gentle sense of fear makes me stop and look around behind. Not many people go here. I presume only engineers and specialists come down to fix a malfunction or to check the circuits. And then there's me, a breathing, walking virus with unknown intentions. Stepping through the reddish cyan fluorescence, I reach for the cable curtains and push them to the side, opening the door. I see bits and pieces of geometry hovering up above and all around. Filling a seemingly endless void, they sparkle rapidly, consuming my attention. Strangely, the darkness feels safe, and I sense no threat, as the sight is infinitely interesting. Curiosity and wonder sharpen my focus, and now I am somewhere else. But, like echoes from another room on an early morning, I hear my colleague describe the nuances of a task on handling loan data. Focus is disturbed, although not entirely, but I am forced to deal with the spillage in my consciousness. Doubts come to mind. What is this vision? I know it's inside my head, but partially. There is this grain of reality in it that changes everything. A knowing persists that it's more real than anything else. They would not understand it. They would not look at it with the same curiosity as I do. They never did. Nobody ever did. Am I just making things up? All this mental ramble might just be narcissistic teenage fantasy where everyone is wrong and I'm the cleverest of them all. But the things that I saw behind that door seem so far away from this reality and so convincing at the same time, so much that I am not quite sure if I am just masturbating my fantasy apparatus. Am I? Am I? Please don't tell me that I am. I find no affirmations around me. Everything points in exactly the opposite direction. I find myself in a world where people project their values onto each other, the boss presents his requirements each morning, and the system is always demanding deliveries. Daily concerns and anxieties, hopes for the far future ahead, plans for vacations, convictions about political situations, fears about not making it, doubts in who one is, and so many words not said but uttered in the mental asylum that has become one's mind. Not only is this environment an opposing reality to whatever I have found behind that door, but my own head has also become poisoned. My body has become fragile. I consume for the sake of numbing my urges. My desires pave the way forward. Forward back into the beginning, from where I march on into another Groundhog Day. Head is full of doubts and trash programs installed so that I can run someone else's business. Meanwhile, the same head is filled with thousands of reasons why the value in me is not quite applicable, realistically speaking, although still very great in theory. I always get a pat on the back for the smart and clever boy that I am, and a thank you for the hard work. But I am still just potential. I am always that. Because what the tubes are sucking out of me is the mechanical labor that is needed for the system to run. Cogs spin, and I apply my stale logic to keep those diamond towers growing. What is this science fiction? Listen, quite engaging conversations all around, people smiling, there are even tender voices here and there to soothe your ears. Free ASMR. Don't forget the fruit 2 times a week. And the cake! Cake is always great. Cake day once a week. Promising surprises, sugar spiking dopamine, something exciting for you and me to oscillate the... Oh, take it easy with the sweet smile stretching stories. For a second there I thought I'm on vacation by the sea. Oh, not really, not exactly, just not quite yet. My yearly getaways, my hard-earned holidays, a month away. Italy awaits. Someone starts a conversation with you. Everything is blocked out of your field of consciousness. You listen to the person and ask yourself, what should I say? How should I answer? What is she thinking? What is she talking about? How is she feeling? Suddenly, you are in another person's world, engaged in a conversation about last weekend's activities and what is potentially up for the day after tomorrow. Why is that important? Why are you talking about it with a specific emotional affect? I don't know, and I have no time to dissect these thoughts that appeared for a millisecond because I have to be present in this conversation. As I answer your question and end our small talk with a joke, I get back to staring at the screen with a dull mist in my skull. What is going on? A question that struggles to be formed through the mist. It's already almost 9 a.m. I haven't started work yet, and an advisor from Finland has sent me a message through Teams. I have 3 additional activities planned for today and trainings to be arranged with my colleague. Take a sip of coffee and get back to work. I remember something about...
We've got an update for you.
Shines a notification window at the bottom right of the screen. I'm presented with 2 options. Restart now or postpone. After pausing for 3 seconds, I press postpone and answer the colleague from Finland. I hope you enjoyed this story. Now, close your eyes if they're not closed yet and dive deep into the hard-earned sleep that is gifted to you.